What?
Like boba tea, the bubbles.
Oh yes. Oh, you do not?
I do not.
What?
Wait.
I like them.
They're a little too. They're like wet.
First of all, you're sucking a bunch of balls through a straw, and you can feel it like shooting into your mouth, like, and it like it's just like a bunch of balls being shot into your mouth, and like you're chewing them, and like, okay, if they put like just a couple in, like if
they do it, there's a shit ton. Yeah, there's too many in there. And don't eat them all. They're not good for you. They're so unhealthy.
What are they made of?
That's a good question. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah.
Hardcore sugar.
I have to say though, I do like the taste of them though. Just like I am, because I know it's just like it tastes like shooting balls into your mouth, but they taste good.
That's what I'm saying. If they took like 5 to 10, like maybe a small handful, put like that amount's worth, I would totally. I can hit that, right? That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Of course,
I'm sorry. I
actually brought
you, Jordan, because I was excited.
I don't know if it's legal in New Jersey, right?
It is, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's legal for sure.
It's legal to be on Sessions with Mary Jane on our show.
With Jordan Freed and Reena Ezra.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can intro our guest.
Our wonderful host, Matthew Sturm. Sturm. Was I too high? Did I not spell it right?
No, that's it.
I got it.
Yeah.
What's your Instagram while we're here?
Laugh with Matt.
Laugh with Matt. Wow. There's so many Matt comedians who are so pissed that you got it first. Laugh with Matt.
You think so? I might change it if they want it. I think it's corny.
What would you change it to?
Just Matt Sturm. If I could have my name, I love that.
Because I
wish I could have my name, but he's a crypto guy. He has way more money than me.
Your name is more common. Reena Ezra is not common. But there's is your last name common? Where's your? I've never heard your last name.
It's common in like Germany and Austria, probably. It's a German name. It means storm.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm Jewish and German, which means I want to kill myself.
I'm a Persian Jew. We're all Jews here. Wow, that's so. Look at this.
She also wants to kill herself.
In comedy, Persian Jews.
Not because I'm German, just because
Because I'm Iranian. We have our own kind of weird history. There's only 1% of us left out there, which is a fact.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you the 1%?
She's a 1%, but not the good 1%.
I had a stand-up joke where I was just like, I'm like, oh, when I would talk to guys, or like they would think if they find out I'm Iranian, and they're like, oh, that's exotic, and I'm like, I thought it was exotic, and then I looked up the percentage of us, and I'm like, oh, I'm actually endangered. Like, I'm rare. I'm not exotic. Like, it's not. It's weird. It's weird when you look up and it's like only 1% of Iranian Jews left. And like, what do you mean?
There's gotta be more.
There probably is. They're hidden somewhere. Anyway, sorry. I'm going on a high tangent and rambling. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You said you came from New York. Where about in New York?
Like around Hell's Kitchen, like 57th. Like
nice.
I was just like
Columbia Circle is your train.
Columbia's.
Nice.
I was just there at the time.
We're gonna dox you so that people can follow you off the. No, I'm just kidding. we don't have that many crazy fans.
I just had to look up. The balls in bubble tea is tapioca starch. Comes from the cassava root. So I just had to.
Oh, maybe that's not bad. That's just potato.
Answer people's questions.
Yeah,
of what
cassava is a type of starchy guy.
Yeah, like I could take a couple, not a whole like. I don't want like a mouthful of them.
Yeah. Understood.
Not to go back to the balls thing.
Sorry, not to interrupt. You were saying.
I forgot.
I forgot what you were saying.
I'm stoned.
2 balls is good, but 3's a crowd.
New York.
Yeah, absolutely.
From New York. We know you do stand-up comedy. But I just have first thing we should say, oh my god, before we forget, every episode we give our guest a challenge, and we give you a category. You have to list as many things, interrupt at any time. You have to list as many hunting weapons as you can. People have gotten many different, everyone's gotten a different challenge.
I feel like I could name a good amount of hunting weapons, maybe. Okay, before we start the challenge, like, what do you classify as a hunting weapon? You know, like
it's a good question.
Because you could like, I guess just like some.
Well, you're just gonna have to say them, and we'll be the judge.
Yeah, I am the referee, and we have a production assistant who comes through and tallies up everything afterwards, and puts it on a spreadsheet.
I'm excited. Okay, so what's the time limit?
I guess there
this
is
episode.
no time limit
You decide.
technically. Like,
I just keep thinking.
like we could kick you out eventually, I guess.
Yeah, I
People
could just.
have
But you could stay forever. Nobody's ever questioned
People have
us.
gotten a long time. They've gotten like 92 or 94, and some people have gotten 0, and some people have gotten all the numbers in between.
But what's the record for length of an episode? Possibly like
Over
3
2
hours and
yeah.
45 minutes, maybe.
Yeah. But also, we have in-depth conversations. It's not just them listing stuff for
Just
almost
like
3
ninja
hours.
stars, swords,
Yeah.
ham 2 hours later, guns.
Oh, wait. Would you count ninja stars as a hunting weapon?
No.
No.
I was thinking of like
Okay.
weapons in general.
Okay, I was going to
Unless
say,
it
no
was like
way.
you're good with them and it's like a squirrel or
I
something.
think that's more self-defense.
Yeah.
But we...
I'll
There's
start it off
difference
with
in
a
weapons.
spear. I'll say like
Oh, that's a good one,
like
yeah.
like old. Even that's like the most old school.
What?
Like
That's like, Neanderthal times. Homo sapien
that counts,
times.
right? That counts.
I would count it.
Yeah, spear counts.
Spear
for
counts,
sure.
yeah.
Our magical computer told us hunting weapons. Why is that? Why
Yeah,
why
can
did
you
our
tell
magical
us,
computer pick that for you?
Your...
I don't even know why our computer picked that. So
Okay,
I'm
I'm
so
about to
curious.
explain.
Oh,
Can
is
you-
it because there's
yeah.
a picture of me with my bow on my profile?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Can you tell us, like, I don't know, just your thoughts on hunting? Or you
All
went
that
hunting?
shit?
You've been hunting?
I haven't been hunting. I like to shoot my bow and stuff. I was like
Oh, this is awesome.
yeah, I was like 15 or 4. I was like 15 or 16 maybe when I like was listening to Joe Rogan talk about it and shit. And I was like fucking in high school. I don't remember, but I was like, damn, like. And he started hunting around that time. Like he hasn't been hunting forever. He started around hunting like when I was in high school, I think. And like I'd listen to his podcast and he'd be like, "Oh my god, like this shit's crazy." I don't hunt. I just like to shoot the bow. I have a turkey.
But when did you get a bow and arrow? Like, what made you think of getting that?
Well, you
It's
know,
way better
I have a
than
bunch of
hunting.
buddies
I'm
that
glad
had
you don't
bows
kill
and stuff.
animals.
Yeah, I don't
So,
hunt.
but then what do you go to a range? Like a target?
No, I just have, like,
Where do you shoot it?
at my mom's house there was a Target. So during COVID and stuff, I would shoot a lot in high school and stuff. When I lived
It
in
wasn't your mom, right?
Yeah, I just have her there, and I'd be like, "Hold this apple."
Yeah.
I'm actually not a bad shot. I don't think I could do that, but like, I think if I practiced enough, I could probably do some shit like that. I wouldn't want to do some shit like that, not with my mom, but like, not with a real person either. But I think I could, like, I'm very confident that I like am pretty good.
Yo, you have to be that character in a TV or movie or something.
That
would be
shoots
really
with a bow.
awesome.
That's like
Yeah.
what's his what's the guy from Walking Dead?
Rick. No, is Rick the one who's no?
I haven't watched that
he's
shit.
he's. I haven't seen that show in forever. I don't watch that show anymore. I stopped watching that show. Such trash. Don't get me started. I stopped watching it when major characters started dying.
I haven't watched it in this universe.
He's never seen it. Yeah.
You haven't seen it? The first
season.
the first like
what's his
2 or 3
name?
seasons are really good. Watch at least the first one. Like watch
The first
season.
the first 3 are solid. Yeah. Let me get back to you. Damn it! I can't believe I don't.
Yeah, it'll
remember.
come to me at some point.
So when did you
The
just?
bow shit, like
Oh no, we could if you're really into the bow shit.
I'm not. I
for
don't
sure.
give a fuck. I'm high as hell, dude.
I know that's what's great about
Daryl!
the show. is we-
Daryl, and that'll spark. Let's see if I can remember. Okay, hold on. Daryl is played by Norman Reedus.
Yes.
Thank God I remembered that.
Norman Reedus.
I was like, okay, stoner brain, don't fail me.
Good job, you got it though.
Stoner
He's
brain
great
never
too.
fails.
I
He
didn't
is
play that
great.
game Death Stranding that he was in. I
I
love
didn't.
gaming.
I didn't, but I.
Heard it was
What
weird.
system do you have?
I have a PlayStation 4.
All right,
Gotta rep the
PlayStation 4.
PS4.
As you
talk your
can
shit.
see-
What are your top 5 games?
Yeah, the Nintendo.
We got old fashioned, yeah, Nintendo 64,
Top 5
GameCube.
games for like PS4.
Yeah. If you're we don't talk video games a lot. Fuck it. Do a top 10 list. Top 5 games on PS4. Top 5 games of all time.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fuck
Over
you up.
any game console, over any also
For the top 5 of all
computer
time.
Okay, so-
games, also computer games included.
I can list it
That's
for
hard.
PlayStation right now. I could say, without a doubt, Red Dead.
Hmm.
So good. Love that game. There's games I played a lot of that I hate. Like, I don't know if I love Warzone.
Okay.
I played a ton of that with my buddies. Like, a lot of it. But it's like how somebody, like, smokes crack and they're like, I fucking hate how I do it. Like, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
I love it. sometimes I'm like, this is the best game in the world. Like when you're like playing a good round of it, but I wouldn't put that there for now. But I played Ghost of Tsushima. That game is beautiful.
What is
samurai
that
game?
Oh, it's a samurai game.
It's really good.
Never
Like
played a
start to
samurai
finish,
game.
it's really good.
Hmm.
It's about like the Mongolians coming to take over this island, and the samurais just are like, no.
That sounds awesome.
And it's good.
I've
It's
never
good.
heard of that
And
one.
it's like really good storyline and
Wow.
everything. What else did I like? I used to play. I'm trying to remember. I'm thinking of all the new ones. There's like a lot of older games. Well, first of all, let me say like I used to love Halo. I think that's like one, or Left 4 Dead. You played Left 4 Dead?
Yeah.
I don't
Left
even
4
game
Dead.
at all.
You don't game?
Left 4
I don't
Dead
know.
was
You're
solid.
making me want to go Black Friday shopping for
Boomer.
PS5.
Dude, oh my god.
Left 4
It's like,
Dead
I
is
mean,
so good.
I haven't, let me tell you, I haven't, like, used my PlayStation in a really quite some time because, like, it's just, you'll lose, some people can just play it for a little bit, but, like, I'll play it for so long.
Hmm.
And it's just, like, I guess an addiction. Not
Yeah.
really, I don't know if it's an addiction, but I could play video games forever, so, like,
Yeah.
I was definitely addicted back in the day. Yeah.
yeah,
I
like I
haven't
saw
wanted
these
to
shits. I saw the
play.
Nintendo over there, and I was like, I fucking grew up playing like Super Mario when you jump into the paintings and stuff.
Oh yes.
There was this
Oh my
game
God.
also called Kirby Crystal Shards that like nobody knows about. It was
On Nintendo?
it was a Kirby game. I guess people know about it.
Yeah, I had a
So-
Kirby game. Yeah.
It was so fun. You'd like absorb things. I thought it was the best.
Nintendo 64 had solid games.
Yeah.
Like so many that were just spectacular. Like I don't think I can name one I don't like. They're just all so
They were
good.
fun,
It's
for
just
sure.
such a great system.
Half-Life was a good game, but I played that on like a computer at my buddy's house. That was a really fun game. I'm just thinking of like the best games that I've played. Turok, I think it's called. You fight dinosaurs. These are all such random games. Like
Crash Bandicoot.
that's a classic. Yeah, there's all like the
That's
big classics
I love
that everybody knows. I'm trying to think of stuff that
Star Wars. Battlefront.
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 Oh my god, yes, that's good. I played the Jedi one too recently. I'm gonna shit on it for a little bit. It's
Oh, I
called
haven't
Jedi
played it. I
Fallen
would-
Order. There's like people make fun of me because they're like, I say this and they're like, that's stupid, but if you put it on easy mode, it makes it more realistic because all it does is it makes your enemies like weaker, and you're using a lightsaber. And if it's on normal or hard, you're like hitting somebody for like 100 times with a lightsaber.
Yo, good point.
And if you put it
Very
on
good
easy,
point.
it's like you just hit them and they die. And
That's
it's like,
what should
and you
happen
feel like a
when you have a
Jedi. Yeah,
lightsaber.
it's
Yeah,
cool.
no, agreed. It should not be that hard. It's not like a fucking kitchen knife. Like it's a
It's
saber.
Jedi.
Like you just person slice done. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of games I played. I don't know what my favorite game is. I'm still waiting for something like
Kingdom Hearts.
That's a
It's also
classic. I
very
played that as a
classic.
kid. Yeah,
I'm just going through PlayStation 2 right
Yeah.
now in my head.
that's a good one. I want to get the new system, but like I said, like maybe in the future at some point. But for right now, it's like
Just tell yourself you're doing it for the Netflix.
Is there Grand Theft Auto? Is there Grand Theft Auto for PlayStation 4?
yeah.
They have, right? There's still how many?
That one's good too. I love that one. That's a really great one. I think Red Dead's probably the best game I've ever played. I think it's like how like the work that was put into that game is ridiculous. I can think of some others like Fallout is. I like really expansive like RPGs. Are they? What's an RPG? Role playing game.
Yes.
What? I like open.
Yeah.
I like the games where you can just go anywhere and like.
Portals. That's also
That's
an
fun.
RPG. There's
Portal isn't an RPG, was it? That's like little missions.
Oh, I thought it was. What
Or
was
I like games like GTA basically, where you can just run around and do whatever.
So it's
Like-
not like It's not like a campaign. Like like mission to mission or whatever. You're just saying like you roam free.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Those are
Okay.
the best ones. You know,
Got you. Yeah, you're right. It's called role playing video game. Wow, I can't believe. I
a
didn't-
rifle is also a hunting weapon.
That is correct. Yeah, I was gonna say. Too bad your challenge wasn't naming video games.
Our last person did not play the challenge whatsoever.
Hey, some people don't. Some
No, it's
people
okay,
don't.
Every
but
now
they
and then
didn't-
I'm gonna think of one.
They
Also,
didn't even
Mary
make a
Jane
conscious
kicks
decision.
in. Yeah, and it's just She takes.
I'd say a bamboo trap is a hunting weapon.
Nice.
I would accept that.
I accept that too.
I like the creativity.
Yeah.
Or a unique thought.
Yeah.
Because those are very
I thought of that movie Apocalypto I watched recently.
Oh wow.
They have like some shit like that.
Oh.
So, are you a big movie fan?
Oh yeah.
What's your what are your top 5 movies now? We're just gonna go around top 5. You're gonna be the top 5 guy now.
Alright, I'll be the top 5 guy.
We never do this to people. Now
We
you're
don't.
gonna be the top 5.
It's a very different conversation.
Yeah, it's all. I'm enjoying it.
No, it'll take us a different way soon.
Let's see. You know what I watched recently that I really liked? Inglourious Bastards.
That's a
good
classic.
pick. That's a good
I haven't
pick.
seen it in a while, and I was like, it's great. I think I love Tarantino for sure. I'm a huge Tarantino fan. Like, I think they're all just 5 of his movies you could name. I'd be like, yeah, that's probably my. No, I mean, like, depends. Comedies like Tropic Thunder, so funny. Like, I love Superbad. I used to love Seth Rogen growing up. Like, people that influenced me. And
Wait, I'm sorry.
Used
to?
Well, still do.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask.
Seth
I was
Rogen
like,
just makes.
Did he
pots
do
now.
something?
He just makes pottery now.
His company, Houseplant.
I saw. Yeah, I was on that website recently. I was like, dude, I wish I could have one of these pots.
Yeah, they don't.
I think they sell some of them, but like
over here.
they just have like a bunch of like a sweatshop where a bunch of kids are making pots. For Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen comes in later and just signs
Yeah.
the product somebody else made.
Yeah.
He just takes one of them and takes a picture and posts it on his Instagram,
Yeah.
and that's the one that he just did it.
Yeah.
Did it.
But I used to love his
Oh my
shit.
God.
I got his book recently. Shout out everybody, read his book. It's wonderful.
What is it called?
What is it called? Shit. I'm so high.
What's the premise of it? It's a biography or something?
It's literally just like stories from his life.
Wow.
I just started it.
Yeah.
My girlfriend got it for me. I got like
Oh, yearbook.
yearbook. That's right. I was like, what the fuck is that thing called?
Oh, nice.
Interesting. I definitely want to read that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's really good. I also read Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the book. By
How
Tarantino.
was that?
Wow.
If I could
Is it as
say
long as the fucking movie?
anything, I'd say it's like a million times better than the movie. Like, I swear to God, like, it was so good. Like, I wish everybody could read it, but like nobody
And
else
did
could read a whole
you
fucking
enjoy
book.
the movie?
Or I liked it. It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah,
it wasn't my favorite.
no.
And I read that book and I was like, dude, it was like everybody's favorite shit.
It's at the bottom of my list of
The
any
book?
Tarantino project.
Yes, but for sure, like for sure, I'd say, and like it's sad. I mean, that's like it's fair. It's just like it's not the funnest you could say, but the book is like everything that like I guess you wanted it to be, or like
What makes it so different without spoiling anything in the book?
Okay, without spoiling anything in the book,
What does he
Cliff's
have?
character, Brad Pitt's character,
Mhm,
Cliff,
yeah.
has way bigger role, like all about like.
Oh, okay, it's more focus on that.
So
character.
he's a huge character in the book, like, and it talks about his time, like in World War II, like all these cool stories, like written by Tarantino, beautifully written, like. It's just so like it's like you're watching one of his movies basically, but like all these cool World War II scenes with like Brad Pitt as this guy, and you can and it's awesome, and he's like a badass, and then like the acting is like it's more about the story of like so in the movie his Rick Dalton Leonardo DiCaprio's character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm very high.
No, you're doing a good
This
job.
is the best part.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
This is the comedy of the moment. The weed brought us together.
Yeah.
No, it's smooth. You only brought attention to it. Like it's.
Because I'm like
You
so
didn't
like I'm
hiccup
trying to
at
remember.
all.
Yeah.
You didn't have to say anything. You were good.
Leo's character is like in this fucking western, and it's not that important. It shows like a quick
Yeah.
scene. You're like, and the scene's cool, like when it shows it like as if it was a movie. You know
Yes.
that like. But thank you.
Yes,
In the book, it's like all of it's all about that story. That story is sick. Like, it would be such a good movie of his if he made that as a movie.
And there was a lot of that's
Like this western is like,
Yeah.
he's not like making it a movie in the book. It's like he's just telling the story.
Yes,
and, like,
yes, yeah.
And it's so cool. That part at the end, that big like crazy climax where Brad Pitt kills like the girl,
Yeah.
and like all that is like not
spoilers if you haven't seen it.
Oh,
but
sorry,
you should've seen it.
spoilers.
Oh
You
my god!
People should have seen it already. It's their fault.
Well, that huge moment. I'm sorry. That huge moment is like not even a big like a blip in the book. It's like mentioned at one point.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. It's like not even important like at all.
Do you think he should make a spin-off and
Like
this book
that
into a movie? And it's more
That
because
would
the
be
major
awesome.
difference is Cliff. Like it's more that character.
You couldn't even do some of it because like first of all,
You find it
this
right.
book. If I could say anything to like Mr. Tarantino, I'd say this
He
book.
listens to our podcast.
Yeah,
It's pretty
I hope
dope.
he does.
He's the one person from California who listens to us.
Yeah, it's the only person from Canada.
The one guy is
That
Quentin
guy.
Tarantino.
Yeah, yep.
But
He likes to remain, silent in the back.
Well, we have a ton of people in Louisiana who listen, and a ton of people in New Jersey and New York. But
Fuck
We
continue.
have people.
No.
We have people spread out for
spread
sure.
out all over the globe.
Anyway,
Just not
you were
LA.
saying. You were saying.
We stay away from LA.
Except Quentin Tarantino.
It's all gonna sink into the.
It's his
the
personal podcast.
Also,
tar pits.
Miami's also gonna sing.
Yeah.
into the-
But the book it made me laugh more than like any books ever made me laugh. I found myself like laughing out loud reading it, like in certain parts, like just really thoroughly enjoying myself. But like you could not make this book into a movie because like there's some parts that are like super sexual, like but hilarious. Like I'm not gonna ruin anything for anybody, but like fucking just
But sexual shit that hasn't been on screen before. I don't know. I feel like really, what else is pushing
like
the
Brad
boundaries?
Pitt like
Shows
walking
so
around
much.
naked with his like dick hard, like shit like that. Like,
Just so people think about it.
yeah,
I don't know. What's
like,
that movie where?
You can't.
Oh my
What's
god,
his
I'm
face?
thinking about it so much.
What's his
There you
face took out? Yeah,
It's
but
so
that's
funny the way he writes
fake.
about it, though. It's so
Then
funny.
it's a fake penis, or they have a body double, or
I'd
something.
rather just imagine it, to be honest.
You could do
it's
it.
just better.
People don't. I don't.
Do you know the movie with like
How
what's his
many-
face who took out like that penis and it was obviously like a fake.
Yeah, Jonah Hill. But how many?
No,
movies?
not Jonah Hill. No.
Wolf of Wall Street takes out fake.
No,
Well,
no.
oh, sorry.
No.
We were thinking Boogie Nights.
Yes,
Mark
Boogie
Wahlberg.
Nights. Thank you, babe. Yeah, Boogie
Have you
Nights.
seen Boogie Nights?
With Matthew
Yeah.
Wahlberg.
When does he
Matthew
take it?
Wahlberg.
With Matthew Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. When he says you're a star.
Mark Wahlberg, yes, and did Boogie Nights, but also Jonah Hill, yes, and Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, you know what else? But you can't show. I don't know how many movies have showed an erect penis.
Yeah,
Is there
no,
more
that is
weed in
true.
this?
Oh, sorry. I'll
That's-
reload.
I actually have some too. I mean,
Yeah,
Well,
no.
it's
if you want
Yeah.
to try mine. or-
Well, yeah,
This
sure.
is our
what are we
halftime
rocking?
show break, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Don't forget to
It's up to
relight,
you, yeah.
This is a
You got
rip
mess.
vibes.
one, smoke it up, eat
Wait, did
your
I forget it in the
food,
car?
have your munchies, drink your
It's all
water,
good. So,
catch Late Night Hump and LNH Studios.
Yeah, catch
anywhere,
Late Night Hump
everywhere.
and
we got rocking.
LNH Studios everywhere on
Did you want to
Instagram.
plug anything right now before we forget?
Yeah, while we're loading the.
The stand,
yeah.
the stand, October 2nd. The stand, October 5th. LaughingBuddhaComedy.com. Triad Theater, November 12th. LaughingBuddhaComedy.com. And I have a cartoon coming out, and that's all I can say for now. And people watching my YouTube.
Make a
and
character have a bow and arrow.
that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Oh,
I'm not
so
that
excited
good.
to
I'm
hear.
not that
how,
good at
How
shooting
much
bows.
can you
Grind it
say?
up.
How how much can you say?
What? Grind it all up.
How much can you say about this
Le cartoon.
Can you say anything about the cartoon or the process or anything? Can we get anything?
I'm not allowed to say anything yet.
He's not at liberty.
I actually, but I
He
can
needs to see
I
Brad
can
Pitt's
say
erect penis.
I'm very proud of it, and my best friend and the person that I write a lot of my projects with, and he's the person animating it. He's working really hard at it, and he's not the best artist, but it's just a wonderful project, and it's going to be really funny.
What is he animating it on, if we do ask?
It's called Calipeg.
And who is your partner? Can
His
you
name is AJ
Give
Ellis.
him credit. Cool. Word.
His Instagram is Ajax the Innovator, I think.
Nice.
I can pull it up.
We'll throw all that in the description for sure. Yeah, we'll get all that.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds very exciting.
He'd probably get mad at me for even saying anything. Yeah.
Oh.
But no.
We'll have to cut this.
No.
Well, we have a lot of executives that listen to this show. You guys shopping around, be on our show. You shop around to get a pilot
crazy.
sold.
Like, no, he's like insane like that. But I love him, and he's been working very hard, and everybody's gonna really enjoy it. I think. I'm hoping. And if people don't enjoy it, that's okay. But I think it's very funny and fun, and it's not like, you know, it's hard to get anything out there. Like, so I'm just gonna put it on YouTube, and hopefully my people enjoy it.
Yeah, no, it's true, like to getting content out there, but also you do, once the art is public, you have to kind of allow it to be challenged. Not everybody's going to like things that like that happens when, I don't know, we put stuff out and you just have to remind yourself, you're just like, yeah, I definitely want people's feedback. I did it to show it. I did it like to bubble. You do it for yourself mainly, like basically all the projects, because it's very thrilling for you. But I just like to look at it once it's out there, people are allowed to, you know, feel whichever way.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's objective, and but like people do surprise you. Like I'm sure you're gonna put whatever, like, you know, project you have coming up, and I mean, it'll just be this is like a comedy cartoon.
It's completely a silly, funny cartoon.
So how is it? And you were writing for this?
Yeah.
It's not
how
the Nazi
is it?
Germany cartoon.
Yeah. It's just a docu-series on Nazi Germany.
You just go to the concentration camp and you have to
Oh my god.
watch what's going. No, it's not a serious cartoon. I'm just saying.
No,
I was comparing it to what a serious cartoon is.
Yeah.
It's like a cartoon
ridiculous.
about. Yeah. So.
No, I just now I forgot what I was going to say.
Made by Taika Waititi.
Hello there, it's Jordan Freed from Late Night Hump, the person you're probably listening to on the podcast right now. I just wanted to let you know that we are coming back with our interdimensional improv show that takes you through space, time, and different realities over the course of an hour-long show that's made up on the spot based off of your suggestions. Our show is going to be Friday, November 12th, 2021 at 9:30 p.m. Get there around 9 p.m. so you could get settled in. It's at the Players Theater at 115 McDougal Street between West 3rd and Bleecker Streets in New York, baby. We're going to be in the Steve and Mary Skuros Theater, the Players Theater 3rd floor loft. You will have to have a proof of vaccination, but that should be fine for all of you guys. And these shows are really a ton of fun. They're really the best thing that we do. Do not miss this. Go to latenighthump.com/shows to find the ticket link. Once again, that's latenighthump.com/shows for the ticket link. And when you go there and buy your tickets, you could use code HUMP to get 50% off. It's definitely worth the code. Do that for yourself. Get your tickets early before the show sells out, because we're only going to quarterly shows now. We used to do monthly. So come on out, fill out the seats, enjoy our first show all this fall. Back to the show.
That movie was
When did you get into comedy, my friend?
Jojo Rabbit, that's what I was thinking. Oh no, thanks. No, stop. Jordan, you keep, oh my god,
sorry.
you keep interrupting. Yes,
like
the lights flicker, yeah.
Those are nice. I got into comedy, like, started doing comedy, like, trying stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, like, 2015 or 2014. But I've been doing a lot of, like, shit. I did, like, improv and stuff. And I've always, like, I never thought I could do I never thought, like, that was something you could do. Like, I went to school. And I went to college and stuff. And I was, like, in the back of my head, it's always been something that I dreamed of doing.
Yeah.
But I was like, people don't do that. People go to school. And they
Can I ask
get a
what college
job.
you went to?
I went to UVM, then I transferred to SUNY Purchase.
Hmm.
Didn't graduate because I left to be a waiter and do stand-up, which is, like, my favorite thing to do. So, like, I'm like,
but you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Right? You just, like,
fuck yeah.
I'm sure you've also met so many. Was stand-up at all like what you expected? I guess is my question. When you started, you took that. Because not a lot of people go.
The only thing I
after
didn't
they
expect, I'll say the only thing I didn't expect is how like people form, not cliques, but like from like an outsider that came to move to New York. I was like, people had like their friends and they were being on their friends like, you know, like shows and like, and I'd go to these open mics like every day after work. Like I'd go there and like I'd do the shows and, you know, and I'd be friendly with people, but like I don't know if I'm like, I wasn't like, that wasn't my like idea, wasn't to, like I'm tired after work, you know, like and I want to just like go to the open mic and do. That's what every comic is feeling, by the way. That's why I don't even think open mics are the best practice. I think like the best like new comics can do are probably the bringer shows for practice because
whoa, hot take.
I think because it's like the most you'll have to a real experience, you know, because if you go to an open mic, 9 times out of 10 it's usually like a lot of the times, I mean, unless it's at a restaurant or bar, which is good, but like a lot of times they're at like it's just other comics there, and it's like 100%. And it's like you know, not everybody's there to like laugh, you know, people are there to like do their shit. So like, I mean, it's not compared to a regular audience. It's not it's not as authentic. Like when you do a bringer show.
Oh, so. No, I was just gonna say, I think it's really destructive to the comedy scene that like open mics have become like audienceless in a lot of ways.
But it is so like, high schooly though that people do form cliques and then people put their friends on shows and do like.
But like people are just literally just like laughing for their friends instead of like trying to bring in people who are like paying customers to the bar and bring in paying customers to our pockets also as comedians.
But for a lot of the times it's just like you go to a comedy club and it's not like open yet and it's like in the basement and it's like you and maybe like 10 to 15 other comics and there's a microphone and you go up and you do your material in front of the other very hungry and very like you know tired comics of New York that are just like hilarious and tired and like it's fucking crazy. Like it is the most insane shit in the world and like, you know, it is like everything they say, it is like the biggest, like, most intense struggle ever. But it's the funnest thing, like, ever. If you like doing it, you know. Yeah, well, you gotta like doing it, otherwise it's gonna be miserable. And if you're like, you know, funny and stuff, too.
Yeah.
'Cause, I don't know.
People do it who aren't funny.
For sure.
No, I mean, people do it that are funny and aren't funny or want to be funny or just want to be famous or steal jokes. I've seen people steal jokes. Yeah. Now that I'm on a podcast, I'm gonna say it. I don't know who it was, so I can't really get anybody in trouble. But I'll say what they did. Going down here. And if they ever, it's going to TMZ. I was at an open mic and I was listening to just the day before Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer's podcast, 2 Bears, 1 Cave. And fucking this guy stole one of Bert Kreischer's little stories from college and didn't think that somebody would find out because he's like, this is perfect. Like, this is perfect. I go to this podcast and it's not even a joke. It's like something funny that Bert said. And I was like, but he said it word for word because it was like a punch. Like, he said it in such a, and I don't know, like, it was like,
you think he probably just forgot he heard it from there and he thought like, oh, this would be a funny story to tell?
No, it's one of those things word for word. I was like, yo, that's like a bit almost. Like it was like almost like as if Bert, this, like he said it a few times. Like, in fact, if I, like, it was like something like, if you could ask him such, like he'd remember, like it was like something he says all the time, like a funny little thing, but like, I don't know.
Why do you think people do that? Because I think a lot of the time
I don't know why people do that, and it freaks me out. But I do know people accidentally do it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I've written jokes before, and like somebody's been like, "Yo, like somebody did that," and I was like, "No," like, and it like breaks your heart, and you're like, but at least you know, like you're.
Oh my gosh, that is such a heartbreaking thing when you get told by somebody that that's your joke, because like now you know.
So like I was doing this joke, and it was killing, and I like it broke my heart, and I felt so like disgusted with myself. Like I needed to take a shot. I was like, I can't believe I did this, but like I didn't like even know, but I was doing this bit about getting molested by Michael Jackson, and it was and it would kill, and it would kill, and it was just a great bit. And somebody comes up to me and they're like, "Yo, Dave Chappelle like did that. That's his bit." And I was like, "What? Like that's Dave Chappelle?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Dude, no." And I was like, I never did it again. But like, it was like, and they said like mine was different, but like it was like the premise was like, basically like the premise like, it's Michael Jackson like, like you get to like play at his house and like go on a Ferris wheel and like ride a train and play with monkeys and, you know, so that's why it's like, but it's hard because there's so many comics that like, that are like, yeah, sorry, that's an inappropriate joke, but it's just a joke.
No, I know. No, but you were saying there's so many comics,
so many comics that are out there, and it's hard to pay attention to everybody. So you're like,
and there's even
that's
more.
Why it's like
though.
You gotta. That's why my favorite thing is like my own story. Like I like my own life. Like all my stuff is like from my life.
Yeah.
Or crowd work. That way.
Nobody can steal it, copy it.
Or I haven't accidentally stolen for somebody else that I didn't like know already did it, like or something. Like I just don't like.
Yeah, true.
I don't like. I'm not good with like one line punch jokes, like Mark Norman jokes, like which are like my favorite. Like I love him. He's like one of my favorites. But like, I'm just like I like Twitter jokes, like really just like I had a 6-pack, but then I drank it, like
Dimitri Martin.
Yeah, I love those. I love those, but like, you know. I just end up writing. I like story format, whatever. I just do that shit, or just like discussion, maybe top. Could you call it like topic discussion type?
Yeah.
You know,
like
something
conceptual.
Like like observational. Not just like. I don't know.
Not like just one-liners. Yeah. And there's like body to it. Yeah.
But I love them. I'm just like I don't know if I'm good at writing them or if it's just like I'm too. It takes me a while to like think of a good one. I'm like always like. But like, and my formula is so like it's like too easy, you know. It's like you say something good, and then you say something bad about what you just said something good about. I love horses, but if there's one thing I love more than horses, it's glue or something like I don't know, like something like that. Like
gotcha.
And I just like telling stories.
Well, what I was thinking of earlier that I remember, how does just to bring it back to the cartoon, but how did your doing stand-up for how long you've been doing it now, and then writing for like a series, like how did that writing process differ, grow, like changes your...
Well, me and my buddy's been writing for a while, I guess. I don't know how long, but we've written a few things together, but I think how does it translate this? Like
when you write for your stand-up versus writing for a series is obviously different.
It's. I think writing for stand-up for me is harder. Writing for stand-up is I think harder, and for a series it flows nicely and you can be like it's make-believe characters especially and it's like scenarios and comical like things and funny cartoony type. But our show is mostly dialogue-based humor. Like, in fact, I was talking to my friend about that the other night because he's like really trying to rush it to get it done. I'm like, let's not like rush it because like the show's not really like, you know, physical gags. It's. I mean, there are some funny moments that are, but the show is like. Why did I feel like I was supposed to bless you for? I was like, bless you.
He can still bless you, Jordan. You're blessed now.
I thought it was a sneeze halfway. I was like,
it was the weed making you an empath.
What was I saying? I'm so sorry. It's good shit. It's all good weed.
The water's also good.
The water's good.
Oh my god! Now I forgot.
Water bangs.
Oh, just the cartoon and stuff. Like, and the writing for the cartoon is much. It flows nicely, and it's very like. It's not easy, but sometimes these characters are just like talking themselves, and like, it's so nice. But for me, like when I'm writing stand-up, I'm like, first of all, you're trying some of this stuff out, and like you bomb, and it sucks, and it's awkward, and it feels terrible. Like I've bombed quite a few times. Like I've had some like shitty ass shows where it's like, I felt so terrible after, and like,
Oh yeah.
But then like when you like have a great show, there's like nothing better. And I feel like there's a lot of people that come to New York and they bomb a couple times and then they like leave, and then if they just stay a little longer, they could like sharpen it, like, or not sharpen
you have
it,
to
but
tough
just
it
like
out though. Like it's
sometimes it's just one of the like. I was at Broadway Comedy Club, and I was following this guy Wally Collins. Very hilarious comic, and he just like absolutely killed the whole place, like murdered it so hard, like it was the funniest thing anybody's ever seen, kind of shit. And like I go on after, and I'm just like, fucking, all right, I'm gonna talk about my dick for 10 minutes. So I was like, that guy was awesome, like, you know, but you find your way, and you know, it's the best. Like, I love it. I mean, hopefully, you know, I can work out some shit, because some of these shows coming out, I have some like new shit, and like I said, I haven't gone to too many these open mics, like sometimes they're good, but like there's been a lot of them where somebody says something genuinely funny, and everybody's just like, people laugh, but they do this more like shout laugh, or they're just like, ha, like a really quick, like they're just, you know, like or like a yes. Like if you say something funny, they're just like, yes. And then they just look back at the notes.
Yeah.
And like it feels good, like you're like that, you count that as like, okay, that's a laugh from like a real audience. And you put that in your book, and you're like, okay. But that's what it is though. Like it's like a bunch of comics like going, yes. You say something funny, and
Comic approval.
Yeah, and that's like when you try it, and bombing isn't that bad though. It's, you can pull yourself out of it too. People talk a lot of shit out of like it's really like you can pull yourself out of it if you know how, I guess. I mean, some people, I've seen people where it's like, don't quit your day job kind of, no. But like, if you're an actual, like, if you're a real comic and you bomb and you're hating on yourself, it's okay, because like there's so many ways to, like, you know, pull yourself out of it, and like,
pick yourself back up.
And a lot of these shows are only 5 minutes long anyway, 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not like, you know, you're up there for an eternity. It feels like it.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of new comics do too. They talk really fast. They'll be like, hey, did you remember that time when you went out? And like, they're like, and it's like, I started doing this thing where it's like, instead of like doing like fucking a bunch of jokes in 5 minutes, I'll just like talk about one thing for 5 minutes and just like try to like make that funny. It's like exercising. I mean, I'm like...
exercising your brain.
Yeah.
You could do that in New York because you could do multiple ones in a night.
That's
but it's like, it's very tough in certain locales. Yeah. In Jersey, you could do it some nights. Like, I've definitely done like 3 in a night in Jersey.
It's
I definitely like Jersey bars. Cause
Jersey
like,
bars are more fun for sure.
Yeah, because you'll stumble upon nights when just people are just there. Same with like Weed Man's Joint. Like, sometimes people pay for entry and are coming for the comedy, but sometimes people have just been there all day and they're just chilling there in the backyard when we're doing the comedy show.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that. It's like that, but it's still fun. I mean, I've been to open mics that are like actually lots of fun, and everybody are like, you know, like the Laughing Buddha open mics are a lot of fun that I would go to in the city. I don't even know if they do them anymore. It would be at the Climate Lounge, and it was like a lot of, sometimes like random people would come in and be fun, but like there'd be a lot of open mics where it's just like I said, like very like, you know, just like everybody's tired and they're just like, I just worked all day and now I'm doing open mics and I'm gonna go to bed and do it all again. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I just have to circle back just to check in, you know, see how things are going. If you had any hunting weapons you just wanted to add to your list.
Yeah, absolutely. I am going to say a good hunting weapon would be a fishing pole.
That is hunting fish.
Could you hunt a fish?
Yeah, I think that is technically hunting fish.
Right, because you're like, I'm gonna kill this fish, and you, like if you're hunting it, you're like, I gotta get this fish. That was a lame weapon.
That's like the modern version of a spear. You know, people use spears for hunting fish. That counts.
Did I say a gun?
You said one kind of
like
gun.
a rifle,
Yeah.
right?
You said that, yeah.
Oh shit! Now I'm like trying to think of like I bet there's a bunch of stuff. I mean like that's what I'm saying like because how many things could you kill an animal with? Like if you're like you could like crush
You'd
a
be
deer with that
surprised.
TV. Yeah, like
Oh my god.
John Wick.
Like,
You know, like that lighter.
I worked out as a production assistant, like a post-production assistant for the TV show Alone.
Oh
And
really?
like
Yeah.
that show, like they hunt like with tools and shit, like
Right.
on the show, and I'm
Oh,
watching
I've
like
heard-
the
God,
unedited
you've probably
footage. So like
seen
I
so
saw
much,
people like kill
yeah.
animals like
Really?
live,
Yeah.
like they were like, okay, now I'm about to throw
so
this,
weird.
and I'm about to whoosh.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Or like I saw one like
weird.
person get into a major tiff with a squirrel and shit. Like
Yeah. I mean.
like people get fucked up if you
That's-
fuck with animals. But like that's
Oh
what
my
used to
God.
happen. You used to have to fuck with animals if you wanted to have meat on your
Mhm.
bones.
I'm a big animal. I love nature. Like I'm a huge animal lover. And like, but I call myself more like a realistic animal lover because like, there's a lot of people out there that like, you know, if you watch a wildlife documentary, they really don't always show like how absolutely brutal it is in like nature. Like, unlike like how like because if you watch Planet Earth, it is like they get it pretty close, but if you go on like Live Leak and just type in like lion eats something, like you're like, oh my god, this is the most horrible thing I've ever seen. And then you watch a different video and you're like, oh wait, no, this is the most horrible thing I've ever seen. Like it is just so crazy out there. Like I love animals. I think they're beautiful, like amazing, but like they're like so in survival. Like sometimes people like my sister will see like a bird and she'll be like, oh my god, look how happy it is. And I'm like, I don't know if it's happy. Like it's like completely looking for food and just like
They're
like,
only
looking over
in
its shoulder.
survival
Yeah,
mode.
like,
Yeah, they're
completely,
only,
like-
yeah.
like if you not until like you like domesticate an animal are they like chilling. Like if it's like a wild animal, they're like super like in survival mode.
Well, there are some
It's
that, like, I mean,
Grays.
they know that they're not, like, when
Like-
they're not in pain, and they know, like, you know, positive, they have, like, similar stuff to us, but there are animals that, like, I don't know, obviously it's because our, you know, brains are wired differently, and they don't have, like, as an extent, but, like, dolphins, we discovered that they have sex with the same sex, because that's not to procreate, so they just have sex for fun.
Yeah.
So, like,
There was a lady that had sex with a dolphin.
no.
Yes. She lived with this dolphin.
No.
I think his name was
No.
Peter. The dolphin's name was Peter.
Are you telling a real
I'm
story?
telling a real story. You can fact check.
God damn it! I gotta look up what a dolphin dick looks like.
I would like to see as well.
Why does she have this as a pet? What? Where? No. Oh no.
So
Oh my god, that's exactly what I would think it would look like.
So what did she do? What? She had this dolphin as a pet. How did she? I don't understand. Why did this person do
she
this?
experimented on the dolphin. I believe she gave it LSD.
Oh my god.
I think she
what?
flooded her fucking basement and lived in her basement. I don't like
What
you
the
could Google it.
fuck?
And she had a dolphin named Peter.
How funny is this shit?
Wait, is it the dick?
Yeah.
Let me see.
People,
Is
you
that
guys
his
are
fin
gonna-
or is that the
You're gonna
dick?
have to look it up.
Yeah, it's
At,
just like its arm.
you're gonna have to look it up. At home.
hilarious.
It's just so
Everybody
big.
Google
Yeah, that's
dolphin
awesome.
dick at home.
Dolphin.
Because it's a
dick.
mammal, so it has a dick.
Yeah, no, that
Dolphin.
looks pretty intense. Yeah, okay. I can't believe I'm Googling this right now.
But yeah, so the lady had a dolphin. I think its name was Peter, and she gave it LSD and fucked it. And when
What the
they
fuck?
separated,
Also, we promote psychedelics on this podcast. We do not promote non-consensual sex.
No, not
That is
animal
not-
cruelty. No, we
or
don't
that.
promote
I'm
any
just
of
saying-
this.
yeah, I'm not promoting it. This is the craziest thing.
Oh, no, I'm
ever.
saying...
Oh,
No, we're not saying you promoted. Jordan just has to clear the air. I don't know.
yeah. Please do not.
I don't think this is
Yeah.
normal for psychedelics to force... Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
How did this woman get this idea? Like, why?
It's fucked
Okay. Sorry, you were saying?
She had a dolphin, and she gave it LSD, and she had sex with the dolphin, and when they separated, the dolphin killed itself. And I believe this is a true story.
Oh my god!
Can you look it up? Because now I
hold
feel like
on.
I'm
She literally just gave the
Oh
dolphin
my god.
the best weekend of its life and then broke up with it. And then it just killed
he was
itself.
like, oh fuck.
It's so fucked up,
She
dolphin.
sent it back to the
Woman
ocean. He's like, I
admits
gotta eat fish.
She had sex with a dolphin who took his own life after heartbreak. What?
Oh my god, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
It's the saddest thing.
You guys should be making an animated movie about this.
Yeah, that's the relationship. Peter the dolphin. And
This sparked a lifelong fascination with animals, how they communicate, and led to her becoming a key part of a NASA-funded experiment in the 1960s. So this was a while ago. Okay.
She was
Oh
definitely
my
on
God.
LSD as well,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, no, I think
Yeah.
she's eating a lot.
They took it together.
Fuck?
And
She's
she could
living
probably
in the
talk to the dolphin. Oh my god. Can
Caribbean
you imagine
islands.
doing a bunch of acid with a dolphin and fuck and having sex with it?
They were carrying out work at
No,
the
I
end
can't.
of.
I can't
In
either,
the
but I'm
island?
saying dolphins are like smarter than us. Like if it's down, like I'm saying consensual. I'm not saying you should.
Like, did she just give it a handy or what?
I don't know what they did. I think it's pretty disgusting. I mean, actually, seeing the dolphin dick, they could probably
His name
just
was
fuck.
Peter. The
He had a
dolphin's
name,
name
yeah.
was Peter.
What if, yeah.
She formed a bond with Peter. Oh my god.
I think she's crazy, and that's animal abuse, obviously.
Yes, for sure, 100%.
Peter was
But-
a young guy. He was sexually coming of age and a bit naughty. That's a quote. Oh my god. Sorry, keep going. I'm just reading.
They just
this article.
sexualized this
I'm
child.
reading this
Dolphin.
article.
No, it's the most horrible
Taken
thing in the
advantage of.
world.
It's fucked up.
But dolphins are really smart. You wonder, like,
Yeah, they're very
like
intelligent.
was this like dolphin in love with her, kind of thing?
But how did they determine it was heartbreak?
Because I think they could just ask the dolphin. They're like, hey, like, are you like, I don't know. They're like, are you good or?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to just keep reading this later. I'm sorry, it's a long article.
Whew.
Wow, where do we go from there?
I don't even know. Yeah.
Oh right, hunting weapons. Oh man. Wow. This is I'm sorry, I'm just too involved in this article.
What else do you do for fun outside of this stupid thing we call comedy?
Oh man,
Yeah.
I can say what I used to do for fun. Nah, what do I do for fun lately?
Well, I guess you said video games, so that is something that you do
Yeah.
for fun sometimes.
Yeah, I haven't played video games in a long time. I need to. I want to get a. I want to get a PS5 at some point. But yeah, what do I do for fun?
Let's do it together. This is simulation theory.
I mean, just
We're
like
both getting it.
writing, outside of writing and stuff.
Yeah.
That's like pretty much what I do for fun. Then like I guess like read or, watch movies,
Nice.
watch shit.
Yeah. You said you have a girlfriend, so that
Podcasts, I have a
probably takes
girlfriend.
a lot of time.
Yeah, like stuff with my girlfriend. Like when I'm
Yeah.
not like doing other shit. I mean, I don't really do a lot. Like I
Yeah.
guess like skydiving. No.
You have a day job?
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you?
Waiter.
Oh, waiter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah,
talk about that already?
yeah.
Did I miss that?
Well, not about the job itself. I mean, how does that fuel some of your writing? Because you come across many different people. You're like, ooh, this is a character.
Sometimes I if it's really funny, I get most of my material just talking to my friends and making them laugh and being like, okay, that was really funny what we just said about Kim Kardashian or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even just saying Kim Kardashian is funny. Like, I don't know why.
No, I want to know what the joke was. Yeah, sorry.
I don't even know what it was either at the time. But, just like at work, it's more just like I'm just doing it and it sucks. Like it's
Yeah.
sometimes it's fun. Like you get some interesting characters that you write about, but like a lot of comics write about like being a waiter and like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like you hear a lot of jokes about like I had this guy come in the other day and he had 1 foot for I don't know like
That's the tough thing about being in New York also is there's just so many people there that it just becomes part of the collective. Like everybody just gets swallowed up into the collective like New York voice and people are just saying a bunch of different jokes about the collective experience and it gets very
Yeah.
Very similar.
I don't do a lot of New York jokes, really. I don't do a lot of New York jokes because a lot of other people do them. So I'm like,
Right.
I'm not even. I just do my own shit, observations, or stories. You know?
And you would like when you were younger, when you were like a kid. Are you an only child, or do you have?
I have a brother and a sister.
And would you like always be the goof in the family, or comedy came later?
They're all hilarious. We've been making us all laugh for years. I don't know if they wanted to take it to that level, but they do other stuff. But all very funny, in my opinion. In fact, my brother is like one of the funniest people I know. And he
so do you run stuff? Do you run stuff by him?
I think he's funnier than me, and I think I love doing stand up. It's what I do. Like I love being funny. But my brother's hilarious. He just doesn't. He does other shit right now.
My brother likes money.
Yeah, my brother too. I'm like, yeah, you're the funniest guy ever. Like, do stand up. Maybe we can make some money. Like, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, he's hilarious. He's figuring it out. He might try it sometime. I've been begging him to. My girlfriend's also hilarious. She's gonna try some open mics.
Really?
Yay!
Yeah, and she's very funny.
How'd you meet her?
We just met at like a social distancing gathering. Like.
Wait, so recently? During what do you mean social?
2020.
Fresh. What is a social distancing gathering? What kind of gathering? How did that work?
Backyard.
It's a polite way of saying that like we kind of met at a
orgy?
Yeah. A huge coke orgy. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna wait till he had anything else to say.
No, it was like a backyard party, like people standing around 6 feet apart. Like,
I just didn't know if it was like it's just like I don't know. I just feel bad for people who had to date during quarantine. I don't know.
I thought it was great.
People seem to like really not enjoy it, but it worked out for you, so that's great.
And not even in that way, just like. Well, I guess. No, just like fucking.
We can't have anyone else here.
Well, there was a point in 2020 where it was like literally like pretty crazy, but also you're like, okay, this is like if it wasn't so shitty, this would be like a kind of a nice vacation.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
At a certain point, like now it's like weird and normal at the same time.
Yeah.
But before, we were just everybody's like stay inside for like. Almost a year and just like
get money from the government and relax.
Yeah, and
that was so funny when they were like, "You can't even leave your house."
Yeah.
Well, because
stay out of the
enemy
parks.
we couldn't see because we had so many people who died from COVID.
People on house arrest are like, now you know how we feel.
Yeah.
But so a lot of funny people in my life that I want to do comedy. I think anybody that thinks they are funny or good at it could try it because you go on Instagram and you just scroll for a second. There's like a new comic every day and they're fucking hilarious. Like nobody's funnier than the next and everybody's funny in their own way. And I just think there's a lot. There's a lot of comics out there. I don't know, but like I think when people are funny, they should just like go out and do it. Like my brother should try, but like no pressure. Some people genuinely don't like being up on stage. Like,
oh yeah, I don't even tell people to do comedy. I like when people ask me if they want to do comedy.
They're like, that's my thing.
Not even like that it's my thing. It's just like, yeah, like comedy sucks sometimes. Like people aren't gonna want to do it. Like
I'm like, go ahead and try. Like it's like try it.
Literally just sit at bars for 3 hours, a ton of nights for the first 7 years of doing comedy, and then if you're lucky and you get booked on enough shows for your liking, then you don't go to open mics as much. Yeah, it's just like that's like the life, and then eventually maybe you get passed at a club, and then you maybe make money by being passed at a club, or get a writing credit that's like a legit writing credit that makes you money. It's like it's like the struggle.
It's a whole bunch of fucking bullshit with the bookers, and they're kind of sometimes the bookers are they're assholes. Like, they sometimes just don't give a fuck. Some of them are awesome, but some of them are dicks. I'm not going to say names, but some people are not cool. But yeah, no, that's it. Like I'm saying, like, if somebody's funny and they want to try it, it's very hard to get out there and like do it, but people do it, you know.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say,
I'll give any new comic a shot though. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm always excited to see new comics and see what they got.
that's why I like at the open mics, because you always see like new people. Because there's like, it's New York, like there's always people that are like, I want to be a comedian, and they go to the open mic and they're like, okay, I did that, and they just like never come back or something. But like,
or the Indiana, I'm in town for the weekend.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any shows I could get on?
And they think like somebody from SNL is gonna be in the audience, and they're like, you, and they like grab you off the stage, come to Hollywood with them.
New York City.
Yeah.
We have the agents in all of our shows.
No, like it's ridiculous.
But what were you gonna say?
Just Instagram, YouTube, I think are really a comics ally in this age, and a good way to like, if you truly don't care about money and you really just want to make people laugh and just genuinely want to like make people happy, and then like it's like it's the internet, I think, is a big help for sure.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Because I'll just like take clips from different shows that I do and just put them online and just be like, you know.
I do have to do that more.
Yeah.
I've been shooting vertical.
I haven't
For all the TikTok
I haven't
lads.
done stand up in like a year almost, basically, besides like a couple times throughout COVID.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I did during 2020. Virtually zero stand up. Besides like.
You didn't do
3
any
times.
virtual shows, or you barely did any stand up?
Oh, well, that's a good question. Actual live stand up only maybe like. I think I did 3 or 4, maybe 3, over the course of the year, and it was at Eastville, and it was like, kind of just weird, you know, weird vibes, because it was like, COVID times, everybody's wearing masks, you're freaking out, you're like, am I gonna kill somebody's grandma doing this? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really like I was like, I felt like it was an obligation at the time to like put a hold and just be like, all right, I'm just gonna wait for it to be a little better, I guess.
Right.
But
I still do kind of do that. I'm like kind of trying to stay out of situations that don't necessarily make sense for me to be there. Like, I don't need to be the 35th comic in open mic.
Yeah.
Kind of a situation.
Yeah, I hear that 100%.
Well, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your hunting weapons list. You can add in more if you'd like.
I feel like, did we miss them?
No.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
I guess that is all.
But
wow.
I just, you know.
We really stretches time.
Just because we are going to sign off shortly. And if there's any last thoughts from either gentleman, but just I like to give people their number at the end, just so they know. Their marker.
Yeah. I am high as hell. I'm super fucking high. Appreciate you for having me.
It was really great.
No, thank you for coming on the show. Yeah.
I'm still trying to quickly think of another weapon before we get off here.
No, yeah, take your time. I mean, while you're thinking, I don't know, Jordan, if you...
If you're listening to this podcast, we might have announced what our secret show is. I don't know if we have yet, but we have a new project coming up that is kind of in the works, and we'll see where that goes.
Yes.
Other than that secret project, we're still at Weed Man's Joint. You guys heard the commercial that we played earlier in the podcast, probably. If I was a good editor. If I wasn't a good editor, you don't know what the show I'm talking about is, but whatever the fuck, who cares? Just check out Late Night Hump stuff, tell people about us. Any LNH Studios podcasts, you can find them by searching LNH Studios, so do us a favor and just subscribe to all of those, because it just helps us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, whatever the fuck.
That's how you plug your shit. I like that.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good. I like that. What? Is
Back
that
to
it?
you.
I don't know. Same here. Just like Matt Sturm at YouTube is just my YouTube is just Matt Sturm, and
Yeah.
Still laugh with Matt for now.
Laugh with Matt on Instagram.
Support me, guys.
Yeah, easy to remember, but it's corny. There's something about it. It's just like, laugh with Matt. Hey, come on, guys. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I'll probably just keep it, but.
You can do some Bible shows.
Yeah.